Hello, everyone. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today we're going to talk about Sex and the City, the original show from the late 90s and the early 2000s, back when the show was good. My name is Diego, and I have watched every single episode of Sex and the City, so I had made it my task to review every single episode. I've already reviewed that piece of shit, and just like that, that dropped this past couple of months that we were tortured with. That's not a great example of the show. Sex and the City was a good example of the show. So I've been reviewing the old episodes and trying to catch up and stuff, which is it's just been fun, because I remember when the show first came out, and I remember like the way my life was going at that time, where I was in life, and I lived in a big city. I lived in Chicago. I worked downtown Chicago, so I was very familiar with like the hotels and the nightclubs. And I was single. I didn't have a family at the time. So I mean, we had all sorts of culture in Chicago. We had skyscrapers, museums, we had boats, we had the beach. We had nightclubs, restaurants, hotels, rivers. All sorts of crazy stuff. It was just great. It was just a great place to live. We had professional sports. We had the Cowboy. I mean, we had the Bears, and we had the White Sox and the Cubs. And the Blackhawks. And of course the Bulls. We were a lot of culture in Chicago. I was very proud to live in that city, and I always consider myself a city boy. So I related very well to the show. I watched Sex and the City because all the girls I worked with were watching it, and they're all talking about it, and I want to know what they were talking about. And I was trying to learn stuff about women. I'd been in the Marines for a long time, and I'd just gotten out. And, so I was trying to assimilate to society again, after living on a military base for 4 years. Now I was living with civilians again, and all the fashions had changed, and everyone had a cell phone now, and it was just like everything was just weird, just different than it had been. I went in the Marines in the 90s, and I got out, and I was like, oh my God, everything's changed. So this is like my way to kind of catch up. I had HBO at the time because of Sopranos. I love Sopranos. The show was incredible. I recently watched it. And I watched that piece of shit, Many Saints of Newark. But a show like The Sopranos would never get allowed today. They would never allow that today, which just sucks because that was some damn good TV. Even something like this, even like a Sex and the City, they wouldn't allow a show like this today. Okay, their excuse for a show like this today is what we got, and just like that, and that was just nothing more than a friggin' LGBTQ show like Orange is the New Black. This show, Sex and the City, the original show was a lot better than that. It actually dealt with these girls and their relationships, and their dates that they went on, how they felt about each other, how they felt about dating, how they felt about men. I love the show. The only problem I really have with the show is I didn't like the way the straight guys were being portrayed. Still don't. So I decided I was going to review all these episodes and give you a straight man's point of view. I do not lie here. I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? Whether you like it or not, if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. If you get triggered easily, I'm warning you right now, okay? I am uncensored, okay? And I'm going to tell you the fucking truth, whether you like it or not, okay? So that's what I do here. I always tell the truth. I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view because that is something that this show never gave you. Okay, the show was written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists. Okay, so the straight guy never got a break. He was always the butt of every joke. They never portrayed him correctly. Every once in a while they did though, and when they do, I will mention it. Okay, I will mention it when they do it right. Okay, I will tell you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth, ladies. If you're watching this, I'm telling you the truth. Okay, I'm gonna raise the bullshit flag when the bullshit flag needs to be raised, and then I'll tell you, when it's actually accurate. Like, oh yeah, a few episodes ago. I remember in season 1, when Big yelled at Carrie, I even told you right there. I was like, hey, yeah, I would have done the same thing. Okay, so yeah, So yes, I'll tell you when they get it right. Okay, to start off with, this episode is episode 3 from season 2. The title of the episode is called The Freak Show. Okay, so I guess it's about people's freaky side. Everyone's got a freaky side, so that's going to be the theme of this episode. So it starts off with, I guess they show flashbacks of Staten Island, black and white footage of immigrants coming to America and shit. I don't know why. I guess it's trying to set the mood. It starts off with a date that Samantha's on with this guy. I guess his name's Harrison. He's a high-powered attorney, and he lives above a museum on the 39th floor. And I guess it's the first guy that she's dating ever since her and her little dick boyfriend broke up last episode. They went to a counselor, and she told him he had a little dick. He walked out. We're never going to see him again. All right, so she's dating again, and she's not going to mention that guy anymore, Mr. Tiny Penis. So she's dating this guy named Harrison. I guess he's friends with Ron Perlman. I don't know why they name dropped that, but I guess that makes him a stud because he's friends with Ron Perlman. He shared a hot tub with Ron Perlman. Like, who gives a fuck? Do you even know who Ron Perlman is? Like, I do. He's Hellboy. He's Sons of Anarchy. He's the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. So anyway, he's a real ugly motherfucker too. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's an ugly motherfucker. Oh god, I don't even look at guys that way. But this guy's just fucking. When he plays the Beast, he didn't look like he had any makeup on. He just looks ugly. Dude. He looks scary as fuck. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he just looks scary as fuck, man. Okay, anyway, that's neither here or there. So she's flirting with him. He's flirting with her. And they decide to go back to his place. And of course, while he's making out, what he does. I do the exact same thing when I'm making out with a woman. One of the things that I tell her is how old she is, because it always turns him on, and that's what he does. He does the same thing, I guess he was studying me. And he tells her, hey, you know what? Like older women always, he's like, I deal in sexual harassment cases, and she's like, and Samantha's like, oh, so do I, with her fucking drawl, her little New York snobbish drawl, and and she. And he says, well, they're making out, while they're about to get busy. He says, like, yeah, mostly it's older women that bring about those sexual harassment cases, older women like you. And she's like, huh? He's like, and rather than apologize for saying something that was just like being an asshole, rather than apologize, he's just like, well, come on. I mean, you're not 35. What are you, like 41, 45? Like, dude. Like, okay, this guy has got a high sexual market value. He's like big. He's got a high sexual market value. He's rich. He's single. He's good looking. He's confident. He's got an incredible place. He knows people. He knows Ron Perlman. So this guy's got a high sexual market value. He can get younger than Samantha. Okay, he can easily pull a younger girl. Okay, a girl who'll actually be impressed with him knowing Ron Perlman, okay? He could probably find some 19-year-old girl that watched Beauty and the Beast when she was like, 7 or 8. And she'd be like, oh, you know him? Oh my God. He could easily get a girl like that. But instead, he's dating Samantha and he's a lot younger than her, okay? Maybe not a lot younger, but he's clearly younger than her. So why is he dating Samantha, okay? And if he is dating Samantha, why would he bring her back to her place just to insult her? Okay, like if you wanted to have sex with her, and let's say this is a girl he doesn't respect. Okay, he probably doesn't respect her. Okay, he's probably just a fuck for him. Okay, but even if it's just a fuck, why would you get her all the way back to your place just to insult her, just to make fun of her age? That's not the way you turn a girl on. So I don't understand why he has no awareness that that's not something you say. It's something very rude to say, especially when when you've got someone there and you're about to have sex. The last thing you want to do is make them feel self-conscious or to, embarrass them or to piss them off. I mean, like I don't understand why he would say that and not be aware that what he said was completely rude. I mean, he might really think that. I'm sure he does think that, but don't tell her that. Come on. You talk to your guy friends about that, You tell your guy friends, oh yeah, fuck this old broad the other day, That's when you do it, okay? You don't fucking do it when it's just you and the woman there. That's just wrong. That's just fucking wrong. This guy has no filter. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so Samantha says she's going to go freshen up in the bathroom. She looks at herself, and hey, she's a beautiful woman, but she is in her 40s, okay? She's in her 40s. She's the oldest woman on the show, And she comes out, she can't find him. Turns out he's got a fucking red room. Yes, he's fucking Christian Grey, okay? This guy thinks he's fucking Christian Grey. All right, from 50 Shades of Grey. He's got a little fucking red room. I'm sure he's got a fucking, a waiver that Samantha's gonna have to fucking sign before he fucks her in the ass. He's in his fucking S&M gear already. The BDSM shit. He's already handcuffed himself. Like he's already got the whips on. He's got the chains on. He's got the leather straps on. Like, what the fuck, man? Okay, first of all, you're an asshole. Okay, second of all, you just met this fucking girl, this woman, and then you spring this on her like immediately? You haven't even fucked her yet, and you're already showing her your fucking red room? Like, who the fuck does this? This is stupid. Jesus Christ, man. Why don't you just show her your dildo collection while you're at it, okay? Despite the fact you haven't even had sex, okay? And on top of that, you're friends with Ron Perlman. I don't know which is fucking worse. Oh, Jesus Christ. Did he teach you this shit? Did Ron Perlman teach you this shit? Like, what the fuck? This guy's doesn't understand. He can't read the room. He can't understand what a fucking date is. How the fuck did he become a high-priced litigator that's friends with Ron Perlman? What the fuck, dude? He doesn't even know how to fucking talk to a girl on that he just brought home on a fucking date. Like, he doesn't even know how to treat a woman like that. He just springs this on her. What if Samantha hadn't been a freak? What if Samantha, was just a normal girl, And would he still do this? I think he would. I fucking think he would. What a fucking weirdo. Anyway, time to 86 that asshole. And good riddance, okay? Well, bullshit flag number one right there, okay? No guy, even a guy that does this, okay, a normal guy would work his way into it. Even Christian Grey didn't spring this on fucking, on Anastasia that fast, okay? Remember, he talked to her first, you know, he picked her up when she was drunk from the bar. He fucking did all this shit first. And then he started, when she wanted to get to know him more, then he started like slowly revealing this shit to her, okay? He didn't just fucking throw it all at her immediately. You know, the first time he got her back to his place, okay? So this is not realistic at all, okay? Bullshit flag number one. Moving right along. Okay, so, harassment, me too, okay. So, Miranda, all the girls are having lunch again. And Miranda says that all men, or they're having dinner. Miranda says that all men over 30 that are still single, okay, that means they're freaks, there's something wrong with them, okay? And the reason they're single is it's some Darwin method of weeding out the people with the bad genes. Yeah, so all guys over 30 that are single, okay, there's something wrong with them. And Carrie says, like, what about us? And Miranda's like, oh, we're just choosy. That's all. We're choosy. Yeah, bull fucking shit, okay? There's something wrong with you, Miranda. That's the problem. That's the reason you're fucking single. Okay, there's something wrong with you. All right? So anyway, Samantha says that Harrison thought she says, like, Harrison thought I was 40. What do you think, Carrie? And you know that's a fucking loaded question. That's the kind of fucking shit that women ask guys all the fucking time, you know. Do I look fat in these jeans? You know, what the fuck are you gonna answer, okay? Yeah, like what else are you gonna fucking say, right? It's a fucking trap. Don't fucking fall for it. I quit answering that shit. Whenever a girlfriend asks me stupid shit like that, like, hey, did this, do I look old? You know, or I'm just gonna walk away. I'm like, I'm not gonna pretend I didn't hear it, okay? I'm gonna just pretend I didn't fucking hear it, all right? So no, this is a fucking trap. And of course, Carrie doesn't want to hurt Samantha's feelings. Yeah, you don't look a day over 35, you know. And of course, you know, Samantha's like, oh, okay. So we're starting to get a little bit more about Samantha here. That self-confidence that she has, I think I'm starting to figure out Samantha a lot more now. The self-confidence she has is basically it's an illusion that she created herself. That she lives in this illusion. She lives in this belief system that she is a 10. Okay, and she reinforces it herself every day. She reinforces her belief that she's a 10 on the sexual market value scale, and that all the men want her. Okay, and whenever reality contradicts that, she starts to get a little nervous. You know, you can start to see her, like, the cracks in her armor. She's normally the strongest woman there. She's got advice for everything. She has the perfect advice to give every single girl for all their fucking problems, okay? She always knows exactly what to say and what every woman is supposed to do in every situation, okay? But once the focus is on her and her beauty and her sexual market value, oh my God, now if you really start going in there, now you can start seeing the chinks in her armor. We've already seen it once before. Okay, when she was flirting with that guy, he left the restaurant. It was a few episodes ago in the first season. He left and he didn't come back. She went to go look for him in the restaurant. He was talking to another girl. I mean, the look on her face was like, oh, you know, like he was talking to a prettier younger girl. Okay, that's the first time we saw her show any sort of vulnerability. Well, now she's showing it again. Okay, she's scared about getting old. She's scared about losing her looks. Okay, she's probably been a 10 for. I'm sure. I mean, I've seen her movies. I mean, I saw fucking Mannequin. Okay, I saw Police Academy. Okay, I saw Big Trouble in Little China. Okay, I know she was hot back in the day, all right? But now she's like in her 40s, okay? And, you know, she's not that young anymore. You know, it happens to everybody, you know? I mean, even like Demi Moore doesn't look like she did back in Ghost, you know, now. You know, so I mean, that just happens to everybody, you know? So, and she can't handle that, especially that's all she's got. Now, luckily, Samantha's actually a professional. She owns her own PR firm, okay? So she's got something going on for her besides her looks, okay? But for all these women out there, when that's all they have is their looks, you know, once those start to go away, I mean, it's pretty sad. You see what happens to them, you know, and it's kind of like, and Samantha sees herself as one of them. She sees herself as like a movie star or something, you know, a swimsuit model or something, you know. And she's not, but she sees herself that way. She acts that way, you know. There's a movie with what's her name, that ugly girl, Amy Schumer, you know, disgusting woman, but she did a movie called I Feel Pretty. Okay, yeah, I saw that piece of shit. Okay, I didn't see it by choice. I saw it with my girlfriend. Okay, and she's the same way. Okay, when she gets hit on the head, she sees herself as beautiful, even though she's still fucking ugly and fat and disgusting. Well, she sees herself as beautiful and she's just acting like she's a 10. You know, Samantha does that. Okay, but Kim Cattrall is better looking than Amy Schumer. Oh, I'll take Kim Cattrall way over Amy Schumer any fucking day of the week. Okay, but anyway, moving right along. Charlotte meets a guy at the restaurant. His name is Mitchell Saylor. Yeah, what a name, huh? Saylor. And apparently he's famous for having a different name. He's Mr. Pussy. Okay, apparently this guy has eaten out every fucking girl in New York, and they all give him like 5 stars. Okay, like he's very, even Samantha knows who he is. He's a legend. Okay, he, you may be a master debater. Okay, but he is a cunning linguist. All right, yeah, and he's not even Mexican. Like, what the fuck, dude? You're not even fucking. You should be Mexican. All right. Because us Mexicans, we're known for that, okay? We're known for our eating habits, okay? And not you fucking white motherfuckers aren't known for that shit. Sorry, I'm not trying to be racist, okay? But I'm Mexican, and yeah, Anyway, so so I guess he's famous, okay? They're talking about him in the fucking bathroom, and there's a woman in the fucking shitter overhears them talking, and she's even fucking been eaten out by him, and she's giving him high fives. 5 stars. Oh, you definitely. I dated him for a month. Oh my God, I came so hard. I passed out. So everyone. So the word of mouth is pretty good for this guy. He doesn't fucking say anything the whole fucking episode. He doesn't say anything. Okay, every time they show him, it's from a distance. He's just like. What the fuck? Okay, we get it. Okay, that's all he does. He doesn't fucking say a fucking word. I don't think he says a fucking word in this whole episode. He's just there, like that. Yeah, I know. Fucked up, huh? Ooh. Okay. Anyway, so so Mr. Pussy, they're calling him. Amazing at eating pussy. Random girl in the bathroom gives him fucking five lips or whatever. Gives him the highest rating. Okay, so anyway, and a lot of slow-mo of the fucking, like Michael Bay directed that scene. Okay, so Carrie decides to go on a series of dates to start putting herself out there again. Date number 1 is I guess he's some documentary filmmaker. He's making a documentary about fucking seagulls. Okay, so she goes on a date with him, and as soon as she sits down, the first thing he does goes like, I fucking hate seagulls. I fucking hate making documentaries. Okay, I want to be a fucking Hollywood movie director. I want to make fucking action movies and make the real fucking money. All I give a fuck about is making money. That's all I fucking give a fuck about. I don't even care about the fucking seagulls. Like, just like that. Just like that. Okay, no preamble. No, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I'm glad we finally met, okay? So what is it you do for a living? None of that shit. Everything I said is exactly how the date went, from the beginning to end, just like that. Just like that. From the moment she sat down, he started being an asshole, talking about all he cares about is fucking money. Who the fuck does that on a date? Like, even those speed dates, those minute dates that I've seen people, I've never done it myself, but I've seen people do it. Even they never do that shit, okay? You know why? Because you always put your best foot forward when you go on a date, okay? You always try to emphasize the good qualities that you have. The bullshit qualities that you have, you figure that out later. Later that gets exposed. Your inner freak comes out later, over time. It comes out. It doesn't come out right away. Not on a fucking day. Once again, this guy's got no filter. This is the second time in this episode that we've seen this now. Okay, where a guy acts like a total fucking idiot or an asshole or a dumb fuck, immediately with no fucking no levels. He goes from 0 to 60 just like that. There's no in between. Okay, there's no build up to him acting that way. It's just he goes from being one way to being the other immediately with no explanation. I can understand every once in a while for some variety that would happen, but not every fucking episode. And it's already happened twice in one episode, and we're not even halfway done with the episode yet, all right? Okay, so that's bullshit flag number 2 right there. Okay, now Carrie goes on date number 2. Date number 2, once again, she's in line for the movies. She's talking to some guy. He makes some little quip about like, oh, I guess we're not meant for each other now because you like the color red, I like the color green, And also he looks back at this couple that's standing behind him in line. I guess they're in line for a movie or something. He's like, what the fuck are you looking at, huh? You want to come up here closer so you can hear what we're fucking saying, huh? How about when we get started, you just fucking sit on my lap? Is that okay, huh? You want to fucking do that, you fucking pussy? Like right in front of Carrie. Like, what the fuck? Carrie calls him Mr. Two-Face. Here's another example right here. Some guy just goes from 0 to 60 just like that. He goes from being a nice, charming guy that she's trying to get to know to total fucking asshole for no fucking reason. No reason at all. No build up, no explanation, no triggering incident. There's nothing that caused him to act that way. He just looked at the guy behind him and decided to be a fucking asshole. Started picking a fight with him. What the fuck, dude? And he's not even drunk or anything. He's just fucking standing in line. He was calm and polite just like a second ago. And now he's acting like this. Bullshit flag number 3. Number 3 right there. Okay? That does not fucking happen. Now, some of you ladies are probably going, oh yeah, it happened to me. Okay? But it doesn't really happen that often. These things do happen, but like I said, they don't happen immediately. They happen over time. He's only known Carrie for like 2 or 3 minutes. by this time, okay? Like, this is the shit that you find out about someone over time. It could even be a few hours before you find out, you know? Or get someone drunk, then you'll see what they're really like, all right? But, you know, they hadn't done any of that stuff yet. You know, this is the kind of shit that you find out about someone later on. If they have this quirk or this personality defect, you find that out later on. You don't find that out immediately within 30 seconds of meeting the person that you're on a date with. Okay, like I said, when you're on a date, guys try to put their best foot forward. Okay, they try to look their best in the beginning. Later on, you find out this shit. Okay, but not on this show, right? You know why? Because it's written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists, and they don't understand that straight guys don't fucking do this shit. This is what they think straight guys do. Okay, because it makes a better story, I guess. I don't know. Okay, date number 3 for Carrie. This one, she's they go to some old bookstore, some used bookstore outside, and this guy, I guess he makes like $2 million a year, whatever he does, but he shoplifts old books. Like, he's there, you see him like take a book and hide it in his pocket. This guy's a fucking millionaire, now he's pulling a fucking Winona Ryder. What the fuck, man? Like, and he's doing it while he's on a fucking date. Who the fuck shoplifts when they're on a fucking date? What millionaire fucking shoplifts when they're on a fucking first date? Okay, and then they show his face. He doesn't say anything, but they show his face. He's just like, like supervillain. What the fuck? So he's completely aware that he's doing it. He's aware that he's a fucking thief, and he loves it. You know, like, you're on a fucking date, dude. Keep this shit to yourself, dude. You don't want to fucking be shoplifting when you're on a fucking first date. What happens if you get caught? What happens if you get fucking arrested while you're on a fucking date? Do you have no fucking social skills? How the fuck did you get $2 million a year? How the fuck did you pull up a job like that? If you're fucking shoplifting books while you're on a fucking date and you enjoy it. Jesus fucking Christ. Bullshit flag number 4. In one fucking episode, I'm only halfway done with it. Get the fuck out of here. This is not realistic, lady. This is not fucking realistic, okay? Even if you did one, the other 3 that we've seen already, this would never happen in real life. This is bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. All right, moving along. Now the title, the theme of the episode is Are All Men Freaks? Men. Notice you just say, are all people freaks? Men. Men specific, because the men are the ones with the problems, not the women. Women are all fine. It's the men that are fucked up. Women are just choosy. Okay, it's the men that are fucked up, right? Okay. So Charlotte lets Mitch eat her out finally. And she just comes, and she comes like Niagara Falls. Okay, she's just coming over and over again, and you know, 3 times in one day, 4 times in one day. They just do a fucking marathon, a montage of her coming like over the course of like 10 days. He's just eating her out all the fucking time. They probably haven't said hi to each other or anything. He's just eating her out the whole fucking time. Of course, he's not being reciprocated because, you know, guys, we don't care about that. We don't care about give and take, you know, or you do for me and I do for you. And men don't give a shit about it. It's all about her. It's all about pleasing you, okay? We get nothing out of it, and we're happy getting nothing out of sex, okay? All that makes men happy is that we make you happy, okay? Our orgasm doesn't fucking matter, okay? It never has mattered, all right? We're just going to do it for you and expect nothing in return because that's the way we were created, okay? That's our purpose in life. All right, to fucking make you happy, and we get nothing. And the fact that I'm the only fucker that brought up this topic, you know, Miranda didn't bring this up, Samantha didn't bring this up, Carrie didn't bring this up, Charlotte didn't bring this up. Hell, even the guy doing it didn't bring it up. No, a fucking outsider had to bring this up, right? I bet you didn't even think about that, did you? Nope, I bet you didn't. Okay, so here we go. Okay. So I'm out of it now. All right. So anyway, yeah, well, we find out something about Charlotte. She's a lapsed Episcopalian. So she was an Episcopalian. Oh, King Henry VIII's religion. All right, good for her, you know. But she's lapsed, so she doesn't practice. Okay. But she does believe in God. All right. Well, that's going to come to an end when she fucking marries Harry. Okay, so Carrie meets a guy at the park. They're sitting by a fountain. She's drinking her coffee. He's drinking coffee. He seems like a nice enough guy. His name is Ben. They're talking, she's like, are all men freaks? And he's like, oh, I went out with a girl that, you know, she always kept her shoes on during sex. Like, who the fuck says that when you first meet somebody? You know, like, oh, she kept her shoes on all the time. She never took them off. She went to bed with her shoes on. You know, I fucked her with her shoes on. She never took them off. She took a shower with her shoes on. You know, like, what the fuck? Who the fuck says that? Okay, when they first meet somebody. Okay, the writers of the show do. You know, because I guess with all the fucking straight men that they've been on dates with, this happens all the time. Okay. So anyway, so they start talking, and he's like, you know, I don't date anymore, you know, but I'd like to take you out to dinner, you know, do you want to go? We'll call it a non-date. And she's like, well, then I'll give you a non-no. See how funny that was? Okay. Well, it was a little charming, but not too much. Anyway, so So after a month of the getaway, so the guy tells Carrie that people can be freaks, but you seem like you seem like kind of a freak, but in a good way. Okay, so he asks her out. She's non-date. She gives him a non-no. Okay, now Samantha runs into a friend. Okay, while she's walking down the street, because like I said, New York is just is basically the size of one block, so everyone's running into each other. And she runs into a friend that we've never seen before, that we'll never meet again. I don't even fucking know her name, but she runs into some middle-aged lady, probably around Samantha's age. And the first thing she talks about is how she got all the fat taken out of her ass and put into her face, and that's why she looks so fucking good. And Samantha's like, oh my god. That does look good. She's like, absolutely. And the best part is they took it out of my ass. Yes, I got to eat as much as I want. So I could make my ass fatter. And then they took it out and they put it in my face and I look beautiful. And Samantha's like, oh, I think I'm going to do that too. Yeah, okay, thank you. Don't forget, they took that fat from my ass and put it on my face. Isn't it wonderful? Yeah, just like that. No, not just like that. Okay. Although, with all the fucking shit and piss jokes and vomit jokes they had on that show, I wouldn't be surprised if they had fat from someone's ass, get everywhere. But okay. So yeah, so of course now Samantha's gonna do it. Okay. So get to the big out first. All right. So Ben and Carrie have their date. They go out, okay, the typical, walking together on the sidewalk at night, talking. He's on the right side of the street this time. I paid attention, okay? And then he says, like, okay, this is the part where I don't kiss you. She says, okay, then we'll do a non-kiss. And, of course, they kiss, right? Okay, so there's that. Samantha is going to she decides she's going to have her ass fat injected into her face. She's made that decision. She thought about it long and hard, no pun intended, and she's going to fucking get the fat taken from her ass and put into her face to make herself look better. Okay, yeah. See how well that worked with fucking like Megan Fox and Courtney Cox and Meg Ryan and Famke Janssen and Donatella Versace and all these other women that whose beauty improved by getting fucking ass fat put in their face. It works. Just look at them, Okay, so Miranda, of course, is pissed. What else is new? She's like, whatever happened to aging gracefully? And then Carrie says it got old. which is a good line. Best line in the episode, it got old. That's actually a good line. That was a well-written line. That was good. Okay, Charlotte decides that she's crazy about Mr. Pussy. She decided that there could be a potential relationship here. Like, she sees herself having her future with Mr. Pussy. Like, that's going to happen now. He makes her happier than she's ever been, And the other girls are trying to point out to her, hey, listen, have you ever been a date with this guy? All that happens with you and him is he eats out your pussy and you come. That's the extent of your relationship. Even Samantha's like, dude, what the fuck you want to get involved with him for? She's like, you have your fun, then you let him go. You set him free. There's other pussies out there that he needs to be eating. You can't deprive all of them, And the other girls are telling her, like Miranda and Carrie, are like, hey, have you even been on a date with this guy? You ever been to the movies with him? Been to a Broadway play? Been out to dinner? You ever talked to him? She's like, have you ever even fucked? Samantha says that. Have you ever even fucked him? And Shaw's like, no. No fucking shit, you haven't. Because he's just there for one purpose. Because he has absolutely no needs. He doesn't need to eat either. He doesn't need to have sex. He doesn't need to eat. He doesn't want to go anywhere. He doesn't want to do anything. All he ever wants to do in his entire fucking life is to eat you out. That's his whole purpose in life. That's what makes him happy. Nothing else. The fucker doesn't even fucking talk. Yeah, I know, very realistic, right? And he ain't fucking Mexican. Fuck that shit. All right, sorry. Okay, so so she's like, I don't care. He makes you happy. I'm gonna make it work. She storms out of there. For some stupid ass reason, Carrie and Ben's got a single friend named Luke, and they decide to go on a double non-date. Get the pun, non-date with Miranda. So they're on a double date. Okay, so Miranda and this guy Luke are walking through Central Park, and Ben and Carrie are behind them. They're just watching Miranda and Luke talk to each other, see how that goes. Okay. I think Miranda's kind of into him, but then they start talking about the city, and he asked her, I was like, are you doing anything this weekend? You want to go do something this weekend? She's like, I can't. I'm going to Connecticut to see my folks. He's like, oh, Connecticut. Oh. And she's like, what's wrong with Connecticut? So, I don't like the country. I hate the country. I hate anything that, everything I want is here in the city. And she's like, well, sometimes I like to get away from the city, I want to experience other things besides just the city. It's like, well, there's nothing to experience outside of the city. Everything's here. The restaurants, the museums, the cultures, where else you can get a cab at 3 a.m., I mean, the city's where everything is. I'm never leaving the city. I haven't left the city in 10 years. I'm never going to leave the city. I love it here. No reason for me to leave. Everything I want is right here. He's got a point. And of course, that pisses off, Miranda, like, oh. So that's your freak, huh? Okay, you know what? I gotta go feed my cat. All right, bye. I'm like, get the fuck riddance, okay? And let me tell you something right now, okay? I gotta be honest with you. I know, like, a lot of women watched this episode and they saw this guy, Luke, and they go like, well, this guy's such a closed-minded asshole. Like, he doesn't, the possibility of leaving the city to go experience something else besides the city, like he's never even been on vacation anywhere else, like Florida. He's never been to Europe or Florida or Texas. He stayed in Manhattan for 10 years. That's just like what kind of a weirdo does that? Hey, I'll tell you what kind of weirdo does that. Me. Okay. When I lived in Chicago, I was very proud to live in Chicago. I did not want to leave. I never wanted to leave. Okay. But at the time, I was single. I was younger. I was single. All my friends were there. My life was there. I had no reason to leave. Okay, like I would go to the suburbs every once in a while if I had to for whatever reason, and I went on vacation. Like I would go to other places on vacation. But for the most part, if everything had happened the way I wanted to back then, I never would have left the city. I would have stayed in Chicago even today. I would still live in Chicago if it had been up to me. Well, I'm glad I don't live there anymore because fucking it went to shit after I left. All the shootings, and the fucked up mayor they got over there right now, and all the fucking mask restrictions and shit. It's a shithole now. I visited it last year. It's a shithole now. Okay, it's not the same city that I left. Okay, but back when I lived there, none of that stuff was going on. It was fun. It was happening. Some of the best friends I ever had in my whole life were there. I loved my life at that time. So yeah, I was one of those guys like, hey, I'm never leaving the city. I love the city. Okay. Now that I'm older and I'm a parent now and stuff, I got to think about other things. I got other responsibilities, more not just being a swinging single guy like I was back then. But even here where I live right now, I look out the window. There's a skyscraper right out there. So I live in a big city, just not as big a city as Chicago anymore. So no regrets. But yeah, I related to this guy because I was like him back then. I never wanted to leave the city either. Like girls will tell me, hey, someday I want to go live in the mountains and stuff. I go, well, fuck you. You go without me. I'm staying right here, but not anymore. You never know. Life just moves. You got to move with it. Okay, so he's the Manhattan guy. Okay, whatever. So Miranda says like, if his friend is a freak, then the guy you're dating, his friend Ben, is a freak too. You just wait and see, because she's a bitch. All right, so Carrie's like, anything weird about you? And he's like, well, there is something. Let me show you. He's got a fucking tattoo of Tweety Bird on his fucking shoulder. Tweety Bird, okay? The guy isn't weird. He's gay. He's fucking gay, dude. Who the fuck has a tattoo of Tweety Bird on the shoulder and didn't remove it? Okay, I'll tell you who does. A gay guy does, okay? Not a fucking straight guy. Okay, once again, who wrote this fucking episode? I'll bet you anything it was Michael Patrick King, the same fucker that's responsible for And Just Like That. Okay, the gay guy that wrote fucking 90% of all these episodes. Okay, because he thinks that it's cool. It's cool to if I have to write a straight character, I will. But I'm gonna put something gay in there about him. To code it. The gay guys watching will know he's really not straight. He's faking it. And no one's gonna catch me. Yeah, that's pretty much what Michael Patrick King was doing when he wrote this episode. I don't know for a fact he wrote this episode, but I'm pretty sure he did because of the Tweety Bird on his shoulder, and he didn't remove it. No, he's fucking gay. All right, moving right along. Okay, so Carrie shows her 3 stitches she has on her knee. Who gives a fuck? All right, so Charlotte goes on a date with Mr. Pussy, and of course, all he does, she asks him questions about his life, about something that she did. Do you have any opinions on this matter? He's just like, and that's all we get for like the next like 2 minutes. So yeah, pretty much, yeah, that's where that relationship went. Okay, so much for that guy, huh, Charlotte? Okay. Now in real life, if I was Charlotte, I'd be like, okay, at least keep this guy's phone number, okay? Because you never know when you're gonna need some servicing, okay? I know women like this, all right? I know women like this, okay? You never know when you're gonna need some servicing. You just dial her up and see if she's available. You don't want to lose a good thing, okay? But I'm not supposed to say that because that makes me an asshole. Hey, I'm here to give you a straight man's point of view, all right? I just tell you, no fucking chick flick is gonna tell you this shit, but I will. Okay, So Samantha goes to the plastic surgeon. He starts taking out a red marker, starts marking her body. Okay, we gotta do this. We're gonna do liposuction there. We're gonna do a lift right there. Blah blah. Blah. And then he leaves because he gets a phone call. Samantha looks in the mirror. She sees herself all covered in red marks all over her body, and she just starts crying. Like, really? Like, she's gonna have to go under the knife and under all these places. It's kind of a wake up call, and she gets scared, so she decides she's not gonna do it. She's not gonna go under the knife. Okay, she's gonna age gracefully, which is what women should do. Okay, just age gracefully. Don't try to fucking make yourself look like, like some of these women today look, okay? They look really bad, like really bad. Everyone from Madonna to Cher. I mean, these women just don't want to, Nicole Kidman even. Look at Megan Fox. She's only like 32, and look what she already did to herself. You don't want to age like that, like Heather Locklear. Just age gracefully. Age gracefully, ladies. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having some lines and some wrinkles, okay? Everyone gets older, okay? If you do this shit to your face, you're not looking like you're not getting older, okay? You're looking like you're afraid of getting older, okay? You're projecting weakness. You're projecting insecurities, okay? Which is exactly what you were not doing when you were in your 20s, okay? When you were living off your looks, okay? You don't want to do that, okay? You want to project maturity, okay? But anyway, that's just my opinion. All right. So Ben needs to go to a soccer game. They're having sex, and he wakes up. He's got to go to a soccer game. Of course, he being a total dumb fuck. Bullshit flag number 5. As he lets her stay, he makes the same mistake that happened with Miranda. He lets her fucking stay in his apartment. I'll be back in 2 hours, but you can hang out here, no problem. Bull fucking shit. Big fucking problem. Rookie mistake, and he's not a rookie. He's in his 30s. Fuck you. You never let a girl alone in your fucking place, especially a girl that you've only been dating for like a week or two. Never fucking leave her alone in your fucking place. You know what she's gonna do? Exactly what Carrie does. She goes through all of this fucking shit. She's gonna steal his shit. How the fuck does he know she's not gonna steal his shit too? I mean, Jesus Christ, man. What if he has this fucking, his fucking Saturday Night Fever soundtrack over there? Okay, I come home and it's gone now? What the fuck? Yeah, so yeah, you never do that. Of course he does that. Bullshit flag number 5, like I said. And of course, Carrie goes through everything. She tries to open this box. He comes back early because he decided to cancel the soccer game. He sees her trying to break it open. He shows it to her. This is my Boy Scout badges that I've had since I was a kid. Like, I thought you were normal. And she's like, well, I am normal. He's like, get the fuck out. He's like, okay, I'm leaving. He's like, yeah, good idea. Get the fuck out. He doesn't say it like that, but Okay, so a couple things. That ends the episode, pretty much. So Samantha, Carrie realizes that she's also a freak, too. Everyone's a freak, to some extent, not just men. Okay, good message right there. Okay, I love this episode because of that. We actually get to see the girl do something fucked up for a change. The girl actually fucks up the relationship for a change. It's not always the guy this time. This is the first episode where they did that. Number 2, we see more vulnerability with Samantha. I'm really getting to understand Samantha now. Okay, all that stuff, all that self-confidence she has is just a facade that she holds up to make herself feel better about herself. Okay, underneath it all, she's afraid of losing her looks. She's afraid of not being pretty anymore. She's afraid of of growing old. And she hides it with her confidence, probably with her slutty behavior, with her promiscuity. And she's hiding that. She doesn't want to get older. She thinks she fucks enough people. She's gonna feel like she did when she was young again. And she's not. She's chasing something she's never gonna get. It's sad, but that's her personality. She doesn't realize it yet. So I kind of feel bad for her too. And Carrie, and Carrie fucks up. So yeah. So otherwise it was a really good episode, and I'm glad I watched it. Okay, so now I'm starting to remember now why I like the show so much and why I got hooked. It was the characters that did it. Okay, it was the characters. Okay, not the guys on the show, because there's no fucking straight guys on the show. Okay, but it was the characters, it was the girls, and how they reacted to it, and a couple of the one-liners were pretty good too. All right. So anyway, thank you for watching my review, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.